Independent Coaching Channel. This is Coach Kayla, and today I want to talk about building the foundation for better health. Okay. This came about because actually someone on my Facebook feed made a post about a particular pretty popular diet program that I won't name names, but they are now offering Ozempic as part of their program. Okay. And if you don't know what Ozempic is, it's basically a shot that you give yourself to decrease blood sugar, and it's for diabetics, but now they're using it for weight loss. So that's really great. But anyway, they're using it for weight loss, and the post was kind of, this person is not a fan of the program for lots of different reasons, but it turned a lot of people off. For lots of reasons. Okay, diabetics can't get the medicine because other people are taking it. Like, it's a whole thing. But I commented and said, well, I'm not surprised that this particular program is using it, because they don't really care about the health of the clients. They just care that people are losing weight at drastically and crazy fast rates, and not in a sustainable way by any means. Okay. And I made the comment that when we create our nutrition and fitness plans, usually when we create them, usually when you jump into something like a diet program or a fitness program, you're usually trying to make you fit the program. Okay. And in some ways, yes, you do need to change who you are and how you do it and all that stuff. But what I'm saying is, this particular program, by giving you all the details, you're probably going to figure it out if you know anything about any kind of diet program. But they give you a bunch of packaged food. They tell you to eat one lean and green meal a day, and they let you know how many condiments you can use and all this stuff. And they call it the 5-in-1 plan. And so 5 of your meals are a bar or a shake or something from them, and then 1 of your own lean and green meal. Okay. And you're usually eating between 800 and 1100 calories a day. People lose weight, obviously, because when you're only eating that many calories, why wouldn't you lose weight? You are not supposed to exercise because you're in such a dramatic caloric deficit. It's like this big whole thing. Okay. So when you jump into something like that, you're trying to basically willpower your way into this weight loss program so that you can achieve this outcome of losing weight. Okay. The problem with a program like that, though, is it doesn't build a foundation of health for you. It just gives you some tools to use to cut weight really fast. And then ultimately, everybody that I've ever known that ever does any program like that gain it back, and they've messed up their metabolism, their hormones, and everything that has to do with it. Okay. And it drives me crazy that we as a society don't see what programs like this do to how we feel in general about fitness and nutrition. Because you don't eat healthy unless you're on a diet. Like, if you're out with a bunch of friends and your friends are like, oh, let's go get a cookie, or let's go get a drink, or let's go get whatever, and you're like, no, I'm good. I don't really want that right now. Automatic is like, oh, are you dieting? Like, it's like this expectation, like, oh, you only be healthy if you're dieting. That's the only way. That's the only reason, is if you're trying to lose weight. Instead of just like trying to make a healthy choice, because at the moment a cookie would not feel good, or you're not in the mood, or you've had too many carbs for the day, I don't know, whatever. But like, it's an automatic assumption in a lot of circles. Okay. Like, they couldn't fathom you not wanting a drink. They couldn't fathom you not wanting a cookie. Like, why wouldn't you want to go to this restaurant with all this fried food and all of this stuff? It doesn't make any sense unless you were on a diet and trying to achieve a particular goal, when the goal should be just being healthy all of the time. And so my comment was like, we need to start promoting health and fitness and healthy habits as the foundation for every single day life instead of just for weight loss. Most of the clients that come to us, they are so sick of doing all of the programs that are like that, keto, that one I said, Weight Watchers, all of these ones that they work, they help you lose weight, but they don't teach you anything. They don't help you build the foundation of actual health. They just help you lose weight, lose a couple pounds, a few 50 to 100 in some cases, which is great, but doesn't teach you anything. And so if you focused on nutrition and fitness as the foundation for your entire life, because if your body doesn't feel good, you don't feel good, you're not a good mom, you're not a good sister, wife, coworker, nurse, business owner, whatever you are, if you're not healthy. It's literally everything. I remember I had a client that said, and this was like the best way to phrase it. She was mom, I think she had 4 or 5 kids, and her husband was injured and couldn't work. And, he was getting disability, but she was basically carrying the load and she was homeschooling her kids. Like, she was carrying a lot. Okay. And I remember, and she signed up for my program right at the beginning of this insane season of her life. Most people would never have done that, and they would have used it as a reason not to, and they would have had every excuse in the book, and she had every excuse in the book. Okay. But she jumped in with both feet. And the reason she did, and I loved how she phrased it, was I am spinning a lot of plates right now, but I can't have my health just be one that I'm spinning when I know it's actually the one I'm standing on. So if that goes, all the rest falls apart. And it was amazing to me because I just thought that was the greatest visual ever, because you can spin all the plates in your life, right? You can spin all your kids' plates, you can spin work, home life, taking care of the house, taking care of your job, all that stuff, taking care of your relationship. You're spinning all of these plates. But if all of a sudden you get sick, and I mean really sick, okay? Like if you suddenly get diagnosed with diabetes or heart disease or high blood pressure or all of the stuff of and you are incapable of spinning those plates as well as you should be able to, they don't really matter because the plate below you crumbled. And so I'm really tired of society making health and fitness just another plate that we're spinning. It's not. It's the plate. It's the one we're standing on. And when I'm talking about health, I'm not talking about how much you weigh. I'm talking about how active are you being? How are you fueling your body? How are you fueling your spirit? How are you fueling your mind? Like all those 5 things, right? But no, let's just focus on whether or not we're in a healthy weight range. No. Are you doing all the things that you need to fill your cup so that you can stand strong and carry the load that you need to carry? Because if you're not, it's not going to be long and everything's going to come crumbling down. And it's all going to start because you didn't take care of yourself. It's the foundation. And it needs to not just be a thing that we're trying to do. And I think that's what drives me nuts about programs like the one that's just trying to help people lose weight. They are really good at helping people lose weight, but they're also really good at causing a lot of health problems and mental problems and all sorts of emotional issues with food. And it drives me insane because that's part of health. It's way more than just helping people drop 50 pounds. So yes, if you jump into my program, you won't lose weight as fast. In fact, we will make sure that you do it slow. And we slow you down and we take our time. So if you wanted a quick fix and you wanted to drop 50 pounds in 6 weeks or whatever their claim is, you can go ahead and do it. But if you want the real life-sustaining program And you don't have to work with me. I have like hundreds of coaches I could refer you to if we don't jive. But there's just better ways, and you need to look at it differently. Okay? Anyway, I had to rant today because I was not surprised when they started offering that as a solution, because everybody likes quick fixes. They'd rather do that. Because they're just looking at health as another plate spinning, and it's not. It's the one they're standing on. And until they figure it out, everything else is just going to go downhill. Okay? So anyway, hopefully you have a great day. You enjoyed this video, and I will see you all later.